Today in the review, the newest Airboat Alligator that is built on the base of new patented technology E-Air that is actually a game changer in this kind of machines. I will show you everything, let's go! Hi there, as usually it's me, just a voiceover. You're watching Review Machines, and this is new airboat that is called Alligator. You might have seen similar vehicles on the channel before. We reviewed several of them. Sometimes it's an indispensable kind of transport. But this very boat is built with the new technology that is called E-Air, and this is new very efficient solution in these machines. Today we will find out what this technology is. And of course we'll make all the crucial tests of new airboat. So we have a lot of things to do. Let's begin. At first glance, it's a classic airboat. A boat with a powerful engine pushing it forward. But there is a twist. Let's take it step by step. The Alligator is 6.5 meters long, 2.45 meters wide, and 2.40 meters high. It weighs 900 kilos. The metal frame forms the base, holding the engine and the inflatable section made of multiple balloons. The underside is protected by what's called scales, a special tough material that shields the balloons from damage while moving. Honda J35 engine is mounted here, 3.5 liters unit with 280 HP. Through a special gearbox, it spins a 4-blade propeller with diameter of 18-25 mm, generating thrust. The boat is steered using this air rudder, not the hydraulic drive. It turns very smoothly. Under the seat we see 370-liter fuel tank, and both the engine and propeller are shielded by massive protective frame. To show you E-Air technology, we need to uncover the bow. The bow features a front deck that can be covered as we had it initially, or opened depending on the task. The process isn't complicated, but it's easier with two people. We remove the hoops and fold the canopy. There are special mounts for them. What you get is a spacious deck with a bench, perfect for fishing, for example. Notice how easy it's to move from the cockpit to the front deck, thanks to a handy step built into the side. A smart solution for moving around the vessel. And here's the E-Air system itself. In the bow, there is a powerful 5 kW electric motor, fed by a generator. It blows air under the hull while the boat is moving. We'll review some more features, and then I show you what it does in practice. This model seats 6 people and has a load capacity of 1200 kilos. The interior is well thought out and easily adaptable. The front seats are adjustable and, more interestingly, can be quickly flipped. Under each seat is a special storage locker. The front seats can also be quickly and easily removed, giving you a flat platform, ideal for setting up a sleeping area. There is plenty of room, even for tall individuals. Inside, you will find roomy compartments, cargo spaces, glove box, 12-volt sockets, USB ports and other handy details. The driver's, or the captain's seat, is traditionally on the right, with all the necessary tools at hand, giving you complete information on the boat technical status. All the buttons are clearly labeled with large, easy-to-read icons. The passenger compartment or cabin comes with an insulated canopy that, like the front one, goes up and comes down quickly and easily. You set up the hoops and stretch the canopy made of thick insulated windproof material. In winter it stays warm inside, especially with the optional heater. As I mentioned, you can easily arrange 3 sleeping spots for a comfortable overnight stay. Looking closer at the boat, you'll notice plenty of neat details. Rear view mirrors, tinted protective glass, a full set of powerful lights, numerous handy grab handles. There is still a lot to explore, but we can't wait to get to the tests. Let's go!
от винта.
So we've got on the water and start our little trip. You can see the air system in action now. Air bursts out from under the sides, pumped by a powerful 5 kW electric motor fed by the generator. What does it do? Here are the key benefits in short. First, planing starts 40% faster. Second, less wear on the protective scales under the hull. Third, increased engine life. With air, it runs under a lighter load. Then the fuel consumption is down by 30%. Steering becomes sharper with no wandering. The load capacity is boosted to 1200 kilos. And in winter, thanks to air, the scales don't freeze to the ice after stopping. The air system works much like a hovercraft, with one key difference. The forced air doesn't fully lift the boat off the surface, it just helps it to glide better over any terrain. That is why a 5 kW electric motor is enough, power is only by onboard generator, so there is no need for a second combustion engine like on a hovercraft, and no heavy batteries for the electric motor either. The result is a simple, reliable air design with significant benefits. Airboats are a truly unique form of transport. They move fast not just on water, but over snow, ice, shallows, weedy water, swamps, rocky shoals, and even rapids. In remote areas, they are often the only transport besides a helicopter. What other vehicle can zip across a swampy valley or push up a narrow, shallow river? The airboats get you to the most hard-to-reach spots. But like anything, they have their own drawbacks. An alligator with the air system greatly reduces those. One downside of airboats is high fuel consumption. Here, because the engine runs under lighter load, at the same cruising speed, fuel use drops by 30%. Now let's give you a clear demo of air at work. Right now we are running on water, with the air off, doing 40 km per hour on the GPS speedo. We switch the blower on and watch what happens at the same engine RPM. As you can see, the speed climbs, quite noticeably. Now the other way around. At 50 km per hour, we turn air off, and the speed starts to drop. On again, and it picks up. And keep in mind, this is far from the alligator's top speed. As you can see, the water's not calm today. There is some chop. On flat water, the max speed hits 100 km per hour, and in winter on snow, up to 120 km per hour. So with the e-air system, we get on plane much faster and move noticeably quicker at the same engine RPM. That is where the fuel savings come from. Depending on the conditions, average fuel consumption range from about 0.7 to 1 liter per kilometer. Plus, with the blower on, handling becomes more precise, and the so-called wandering is greatly reduced. On long trips, this makes for more comfortable handling and significantly higher cruising speed. The airboat is the only transport that can tackle rough rivers. Here in the area where we've now moved from our place is the only way to reach the most hidden corners of wilderness and remote settlements. The metal frame and tough balloon material hold up to these conditions, while the main beating on rocky shallows is taken by the protective scales under the hull, which on airboats are consumable, that needs replacing over time, and it's another downside of this vehicle. And again, the e-air system fights this drawback. The forced airflow reduces the load on the scales, extending their life and meaning less frequent replacement. Let's also remember the increased load capacity, 1200 kilos on this model, with the ability to get on plane with that weight. Back in our place now, continuing our cruise through the water areas. I have to say, the canopy system is really well thought out and convenient. On long hauls, you want the bow closed up for splash protection and better aerodynamics. But at any moment, as we saw, you can quickly open up the front deck, perfect for hunting and fishing. And moving between the cabin and the deck is easy enough, even in choppy water. As you know, airboats aren't limited to summer. In winter, they are just as effective, and in some ways even more. On hot packed snow and ice, they run faster than on water. And again, think of the canopy system. As remember, it's insulated with solid wind protection, so in winter it stays warm inside, both on the move and at a stop. With the heater, you can sleep comfortably overnight in those handy berths. Also, you don't need perfectly flat snow or ice to travel. The boat handles rough terrain and even ice hammocks. Thanks to the e-air, the scales don't wear down as fast when moving over sharp ice. The airboat is that unique vehicle that lets you travel safely in the off-season, on the first or last loose ice. You can go from water onto ice and back again. Experienced fishers know that the off-season is the most rewarding time for winter fishing. Another big winter plus of e-air that is solves the problem of scales freezing to the ice. After a run, they heat up and then freeze solid when you stop, making it really hard to get moving again. With the blower, that problem disappears. Now we are back in our home waters, and it's time for our favorite segment, pricing. But first, a quick recap. The Alligator with e-air system is a fascinating piece of machinery that gives us a range of advantages over standard airboats. Lower fuel consumption, faster planning, longer engine and scale life, no sticking to ice, increased load capacity, and improved handling. Now on the cost. The final price, as always, depends heavily on the configuration, and the base price of the Alligator e-air starts at $45,000. Well, let's call it today, my friends. Thanks for having a ride with us. Please post your comments what you think of this boat. Consider watching another our video about similar vehicle. Stay with us, there will be many more interesting materials here. Goodbye.